Did you just get a text? Before you reply, ask yourself, is your texting relationship really as loving as you think? In today's digital age, our phones are constantly buzzing with messages, but not all of those sweet texts and heart emojis are as innocent as they seem. Welcome to 8 manipulative texting habits that aren't genuine love. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of texting and relationships. We'll uncover the sneaky tactics some people use to manipulate, control, and emotionally exploit their partners through seemingly harmless messages. Why is this important? Because recognizing these habits can be the difference between a healthy, loving relationship and one filled with anxiety, self-doubt, and emotional turmoil. These manipulative texting behaviors often masquerade as care and affection, making them particularly dangerous. In the next few minutes, we'll break down 8 common manipulative texting habits. You'll learn how to spot them, understand why they're harmful, and know what to do if you encounter them. Whether you're in a new relationship, a long-term partnership, or just navigating the dating scene, this information is crucial for maintaining your emotional well-being. So grab your phone, but maybe put it on Do Not Disturb, and let's unravel the truth behind those message notifications. It's time to separate genuine love from digital manipulation. Let's dive into our first manipulative texting habit, love bombing. Love bombing is an attempt to influence someone by lavishing them with attention, affection, and adoration. In the world of texting, it can feel like you've hit the romantic jackpot. Imagine your phone constantly lighting up with messages like, "You're the most amazing person I've ever met. I can't stop thinking about you. You're perfect in every way. I've never felt this way about anyone before." Sounds great, right? But here's the catch. Love bombing isn't about genuine connection. It's a manipulation tactic designed to overwhelm you with love and create an intense emotional dependency. Why is it manipulative? Because the love bomber's goal is to sweep you off your feet so quickly that you don't notice red flags or set healthy boundaries. They're creating a high that you'll crave, making it harder for you to leave when their true colors show. So how can you recognize love bombing in your texts? Watch out for these signs. Excessive compliments that seem over the top. Constant messages throughout the day, declarations of love or soulmate status very early on, promises of a perfect future together. Remember, genuine love develops gradually. If it feels too good to be true, especially in the early stages, it probably is. Trust your instincts and take things slow. A person who truly cares will respect your boundaries and let the relationship develop naturally. Now let's move on to our second manipulative texting habit, guilt tripping. Guilt tripping in texting is when someone makes you feel guilty for your choices, actions, or even your feelings. It's a subtle form of emotional manipulation that can leave you constantly second-guessing yourself. You might see messages like, "I guess you're too busy to text me back. If you really cared, you'd make time for me. I'm always here for you, but you never seem to be there for me. Fine, I'll just be alone then." These phrases are designed to make you feel bad and prompt you to change your behavior to please the sender. The emotional impact of guilt tripping can be severe. You might experience constant anxiety about checking your phone, feeling like you're always walking on eggshells, a growing sense of resentment, loss of self-esteem and confidence. Why isn't this a sign of genuine love? Because real love is based on mutual respect, understanding, and open communication. A person who truly cares about you won't try to control your behavior through guilt or shame. Instead, they'll express their feelings honestly and be willing to have a constructive conversation about any issues in the relationship. If you find yourself constantly apologizing or feeling guilty after texting exchanges, it might be time to reassess the health of your relationship. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who uplifts you, not someone who drags you down with guilt. Our third manipulative texting habit is a bit more subtle but incredibly powerful, intermittent reinforcement. Intermittent reinforcement is a psychological principle where rewards are given inconsistently and unpredictably. In the world of texting, it's like being caught in an emotional roller coaster. Here's how it typically plays out. Sometimes they respond instantly with loving messages. Other times they leave you on read for days. You might get a flood of attention one week, then radio silence the next. This inconsistent behavior keeps you constantly guessing and craving their attention. Why is this so addictive? Well, it's the same principle that makes gambling so compelling. The unpredictability creates a surge of dopamine in your brain when you do get a response, making you crave more. You start checking your phone obsessively, hoping for that next hit of attention. It's manipulative because it keeps you in a state of anxiety and dependency. You're always trying to figure out what you did right when they respond or what you did wrong when they don't. Now you might be thinking, but sometimes people are just busy. busy, right? Absolutely, the key difference is in the pattern and intent. Genuine busy periods are usually explained up front, have a clear end in sight, don't dramatically change the person's overall behavior. Intermittent reinforcement is ongoing and unexplained, creates a clear pattern of hot and cold behavior, often comes with excuses after the fact. If you find yourself constantly anxious about when or if someone will text you back, it might be time to have an honest conversation about communication expectations. Remember, a healthy relationship should make you feel secure, not constantly on edge. Now we're diving into one of the most insidious manipulative texting habits: gaslighting via text. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where someone makes you question your own reality, memory, or perceptions. In the digital age, this toxic behavior has found its way into our text conversations. In text conversations, gaslighting can be particularly effective because there's no tone of voice or body language to help interpret the messages. It often involves denying things that were said in previous texts, twisting your words, or taking them out of context, trivializing your feelings or concerns. Let's look at some common gaslighting phrases you might see in texts. "I never said that. You're remembering it wrong. You're being too sensitive. It was just a joke. You're overreacting. That's not what I meant at all. I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this." These messages are designed to make you doubt yourself and your interpretation of events. Over time, this can have devastating effects on the victim: decreased self-esteem and confidence, constant self-doubt and second-guessing, anxiety and depression, difficulty trusting your own judgment, feeling dependent on the gaslighter for reality checks. The long-term impact of gaslighting can be severe, often leaving lasting emotional scars even after the relationship ends. It's crucial to recognize these patterns early and seek support if you think you're being gaslighted. Remember, your feelings and perceptions are valid. If someone consistently makes you doubt your reality, it's not love, it's manipulation. Trust your instincts and don't be afraid to reach out for help from friends, family, or a professional. Let's move on to our fifth manipulative texting habit: passive-aggressive texting. Passive-aggressive behavior is a pattern of indirectly expressing negative feelings instead of openly addressing them. In texting, it's like a stealth attack on your emotions. Passive-aggressive texters often use subtle tactics to express their displeasure without directly confronting the issue. Some common passive-aggressive texting tactics include one-word responses: "Fine," and "Whatever," "Okay." Excessive use of periods: "Okay, sure." Sarcasm: "Oh great, that's just perfect." Backhanded compliments: "Wow, you actually remembered this time." The silent treatment: suddenly stopping all communication. Why is this so harmful to communication? Because it creates a cycle of unresolved tension and misunderstanding. The passive-aggressive texter avoids direct conflict, but their negative emotions still come through, leaving you confused and frustrated. Over time, this can lead to breakdown in open communication, increased resentment on both sides, difficulty in resolving conflicts, erosion of trust in the relationship. So how can you address passive-aggressive texting in a relationship? Here are some strategies. Don't respond in kind. Stay calm and direct. Acknowledge the underlying emotion. "It seems like you're upset. Can we talk about it?" Encourage open communication. "I'd prefer if you told me directly what's bothering you." Set boundaries. "I don't respond well to indirect messages. Let's discuss this openly." Remember, healthy relationships thrive on clear, honest communication. If passive-aggressive texting is a recurring issue, it might be time for a serious conversation about communication styles and expectations in your relationship. Our sixth manipulative texting habit is one that many of us have experienced: the silent treatment. In the world of texting, the silent treatment is when someone deliberately ignores your messages for an extended period. It's the digital equivalent of giving someone the cold shoulder. This tactic might look like leaving your messages on read without responding, not opening your messages at all, responding to others on social media but ignoring you, suddenly disappearing mid-conversation without explanation. So why do people use the silent treatment? Often it's because they're avoiding conflict. They want to punish you for perceived wrongdoing. They're trying to gain control in the relationship. They're hoping to provoke a reaction from you. The emotional impact on the recipient can be severe. Feelings of anxiety and confusion, self-doubt and lowered self-esteem, frustration and anger, a sense of powerlessness in the relationship. Here's why the silent treatment is manipulative and not a sign of love. It's a form of emotional abuse. Instead of communicating openly about issues, the person is using silence as a weapon to control your behavior or emotions. In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel safe expressing their feelings even when they're upset. The silent treatment does the opposite. It shuts down communication and creates an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. If you're consistently getting the silent treatment, remember, you deserve better. A loving partner will work through conflicts with you, not punish you with silence. Don't be afraid to set boundaries and express how this behavior affects you. If it continues, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. We're now at our seventh manipulative texting habit: constant checking and monitoring. monitoring. This habit can often masquerade as care or attentiveness, but it's actually a form of digital surveillance. Examples of excessive checking behaviors include demanding to know your whereabouts at all times, expecting immediate responses to every message, questioning why you're online but not replying to them, asking for photographic proof of where you are or who you're with, monitoring your social media activity, and questioning your interactions. While it might seem flattering at first, this behavior is deeply rooted in control and insecurity. The person engaging in this habit often fears abandonment or betrayal, lacks trust in the relationship, tries to control their partner's actions and social interactions, uses technology as a tool for maintaining constant connection and oversight. It's important to distinguish this from genuine concern. Healthy concern in a relationship looks like checking in occasionally, not constantly, respecting your partner's space and independence, trusting your partner's word without demanding proof, communicating openly about insecurities rather than monitoring behavior. The impact of constant checking on personal boundaries can be severe: loss of privacy and independence, feelings of suffocation in the relationship, decreased trust and increased resentment, anxiety about every action being scrutinized. Remember, a loving relationship is built on trust, not surveillance. If you're experiencing this behavior, it's crucial to have an open conversation about boundaries and privacy. Explain how this constant monitoring makes you feel and work together to build a foundation of trust. If the behavior persists despite your efforts to address it, it may be a sign of deeper issues that require professional help or re-evaluation of the relationship. We've reached our 8th and final manipulative texting habit, threatening to leave. This tactic is one of the most emotionally charged and potentially damaging behaviors we've discussed. It involves using the threat of ending the relationship as a way to manipulate your partner's actions or feelings. Threatening to leave can take various forms in texting. Explicit threats: if you don't do X, we're over. Subtle hints: I guess I'm not important enough to you. Dramatic declarations: I can't live like this anymore. Ultimatums: it's either me or your friends. This manipulative tactic is used as a powerful tool to control the other person's behavior. The person making these threats is essentially saying, do what I want or I'll leave you. It creates a constant state of fear and insecurity in the relationship. The emotional toll on the relationship is severe. Constant anxiety about the relationship's stability, walking on eggshells to avoid triggering a threat, erosion of trust and security, resentment and emotional exhaustion, loss of self-esteem and independence. Why isn't this a sign of genuine love? Because love is about support, understanding, and working through problems together. Threatening to leave is about control and manipulation. It prioritizes getting one's way over the well-being of the partner and the relationship. In a healthy relationship, partners should be able to discuss issues without resorting to threats. They work through conflicts with respect and a commitment to finding solutions together. If you're experiencing this behavior, remember, you deserve a relationship built on mutual respect and security, not fear and manipulation. Don't be afraid to set firm boundaries or seek help if these threats are frequent or escalating. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring 8 manipulative texting habits that masquerade as love bombing, guilt-tripping, intermittent reinforcement, gaslighting, passive-aggressive texting, the silent treatment, constant checking, and threatening to leave. Each of these tactics can erode trust, self-esteem, and the foundation of a healthy relationship. Remember, genuine love is built on open, honest communication, mutual respect, and trust. It's crucial to recognize these patterns in your own relationships and those of people you care about. If you've experienced any of these behaviors, know that you're not alone and it's okay to seek help or support. I encourage you to share this video with anyone who might benefit from this information. And if you feel comfortable, share your own experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else recognize and address these issues in their own life. Thank you so much for watching this video on manipulative texting habits. If you found it helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content on healthy relationships and communication. Don't forget to click the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Remember, you deserve a relationship that makes you feel secure, respected, and truly loved. Take care.